Okay, here we go for our real time. The holes have been drilled out. I did some tapping in the bottom. Let's see what happens here. Using my lift, I should be able to slide this in place and get the belts on it too, and not have to be holding it all at the same time. Pull it up a little bit. I need to slide the tractor itself back in here. Okay, let's try that. Wish there was a way to grab it in the back, but there isn't. Probably what I should have done was taken the seat right off. Okay, that's better. Should have thought of that before, huh? Now I gotta get the top belt on first. It's got two belts under here. One is the actual drive belt. Well, I'm gonna have to wrestle with it a little bit, and I'll bring you back. Okay, the factory cheated. You see that slotted hole there, and you can see that the stud came up on this side. Well, let me take you over to the 10 horse. It's sitting there, but it's not down in the back. And the reason being, I'm into the stud over there, and I'm into the stud here, and I'm onto the stud on the other side. And the one around over there comes up from the bottom. This one here is not lined up. What I would have to do is slot this hole over this way a little bit. There's even an indent right here. I wonder if that indent right there, see that? I wonder if that's where it would actually come out at. Although I don't think so. So I'm going to have to take that back off, and I'm going to have to slot that hole. Either I got to slot the hole, or the other option is for me to just cut the stud right off. These studs are welded from the bottom side. If I did that and I let the motor drop down in, I could drill down through this hole here and just put a bolt there, or yeah, either there or there, either one. This one here, all I'd have to do is just drill a 5/16 hole, and even though this is threaded for 3/8, I could just run a bolt up from the bottom and bolt it with a nut on top. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Sawzall. I'm not taking the motor off again, and I'm just going to whack that stud right off of there. Okay, it's finally sitting down all the way around. I'm going to drill out this hole right out here. That's the one I'm going to drill out because that's the easiest one to get to. And the other problem I ran into around the other side, all of my pins are sitting down in, right down in here. See that bolt head? Yeah, that was interfering with the motor sitting down. So what I did, I just ground it off half the way around. Yep, probably not a good thing to do, seeing as how that's what holds the bearing tower in place. But worst comes to worst, I can put a weld on that thing. But she's sitting in there. and we'll see what happens next. I'm going to get it bolted down permanently. Then I'm going to do some cleanup on it before I put all the tin and stuff back on it. And I have to work out throttle linkage. I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put my starter button. The key switch on this is just on and off. That's all. And so I'm just going to put a starter button that will, when it's energized from the ignition system, will run to the starter, which mounts over here. I was using my lift to lift that motor, and I'll tell you what a blessing that was. That puppy is heavy, and wrestling it around, no fun at all. And this made it a whole lot easier. So yeah, we'll have to do a little wiring and things like that, but we'll get it running first. The only other wiring we'll have to do besides the starter and the on-off for the ignition is that because it will have electric start, it also has an alternator, and so I'll need to wire it so it can charge the battery back up. So this old man's tired, and he's going in for the night. And thanks for watching along and for all your patience. Till tomorrow, or, well, probably not tomorrow. Got to take the wife shopping tomorrow. So on Thursday, I guess, I'll be back at it. Oh, and you remember this green lawnmower over here? I was waiting for cables for it. Well, as it turns out, one of my neighbors brought this mower over that his wife picked up as a freebie. And the deck on it is junk. The motor runs, and it runs not too bad, except the throttle linkage is all messed up and it runs super fast. So, but the cable that goes on this for the on-off is not long enough for that motor. So what I'm thinking of doing is another motor swap. That poor mower deck over there has already had 1, 2, 3. I think it's already had 3 motors on it, 3 or 4. Anyway, it's going to get another engine swap. Fix this one so it runs, and that way with the cables and so forth, it'll all be functioning. And I'll just have a spare motor to set off to the side for next spring. You know what I mean? Next spring. So, still busy. And till next time, this is George. Thanks for watching. Bye now.